Yo, what's up, guys? So on Wednesday we had a box tournament, and I basically won it. I mean, me and the guy who were playing for finals, we split. So the first place was supposed to get a box. Second place was supposed to get a half a box. I mean, if you do the math there, the pricing is not all too different between splitting it and actually winning the tournament. The guy had an hour drive back home, so I figured, he offered to split. I just took it. I knew what he was playing. He was playing Naturia. I'm playing Naturia Runick. Honestly, I probably could have taken home first, but he's also a pretty decent player, so I'm not going to take anything away from his credibility there. He very easily could have also just beaten me, so safest thing to do was split. Pricing wasn't too different, so might as well. But like I said, I'm playing Naturia Runick. Here's the deck list. I was gonna wait until after this weekend to upload it because there's a regional in Indiana, but I'm gonna change the build a little bit and I'll talk about, what that means once we get into it. It's pretty basic. There was a deck list uploaded from YCS Lima that I took notes off of. I don't think it's the same exact list. It's very similar, but there's not too much really going on with Naturia Runick right now. Not too much creativity, so we can get into it. 3 Camellia, 3 Mole Cricket, 1 Sunflower. I mean, that is probably never going to change. And then the 3 Blessing and the 3 Tree. I mean, this whole engine's insane. Not much to say about that. For the essentially non-engine, you got 1 Keldo, 3 Nib, and then 3 Tactics. So from the YCS Lima list, I believe they were playing the 3 Tactics. Then they were also playing 2 Nib and 1 Kelbeck. But I honestly don't feel like you need Kelbeck or Agito, so I just cut them. And I really almost don't even think you need the Keldo, to be honest. You can probably cut that for something else. They were playing a Foolish Burial Goods. You could try that. I honestly thought that was probably a good idea. But yeah, I don't think I even activated this through the whole box tournament. But these could be whatever you want. I mean, I played Nib because I was expecting a lot of Kashtira and just like rogue stuff. I'll go into the matchups after the profile. For the Runicks, 3 Tip, 3 Freezing Curses, 3 Flashing, 3 Destruction, 3 Smiting Storm, 3 Slumber, 2 Fountain. It's all pretty self-explanatory. I mean, gotta play a bunch of Runicks because you want to draw them. Obviously, there's 18 Runicks and then the 2 Field Spell. I would play Dispelling if I had some, but I didn't, so I just played 3 Smiting Storm. Never had a problem with the same names getting drawn, so all my Runicks were live. I think Pack said in a profile that he wanted to play 3 Fountain. Honestly, I wouldn't mind 3 Fountain, but I don't think it's needed. I think 2 is just fine. There's not much from the main deck that I would really change. You could change the Tactics. I don't know, I activated it like once. Never really came up. Nib came up. But with YCS Lima being over and Adventure Sprite winning it, I think honestly going back to like Board Breakers might be better, like Dark Ruler. Just because against the Adventure package, drawing hand traps is just not the best. Because, I mean, you need 1 hand trap to stop the Adventure package and then another hand trap to stop their actual engine. So, Board Breakers is probably going to be better. But we can test that a little bit more later. Extra deck, I'm pretty sure it's Pack's exact list from whatever event, the 3v3. I missed a Hugin. I wish I would have played one more Hugin. I'm not too sure what I would cut, but I think 3 would have been better. And then Gary, not much to say about him. You got 1 Beast, 1 Barkion. Cards are insane. I mean, you have to play them. Stardust Charge, Coral, Scarlight, Baron, and Changing. Scarlight, I never went into. These cards are insane. These cards are insane. Dugaris, Exciton, Bagooska. Never went into Bagooska or Exciton. I think I went into Dugaris once. I think I undervalue this card. I should be going into it a little bit more often, but I don't. I think that card's really good. 1 Donner. Never made it. Never needed to. But that's it for the extra deck. Side deck, 3 Ash. This was for Branded and then any kind of Rogue. I used it once against Trap Tricks, and I think it actually came up quite a bit. 3 Kumungus. Like I was saying about the Adventure engine being played, this can out the Griffin or the token. Also, it can just out the Kashtira board. To me, I'm not really scared of Kashtira, but this helps, I guess. 3 Cosmic. This was for Runick and Trap Tricks. 3 D-Barrier. For Kashtira and Branded. And I don't think Branded's that big in the format anymore. I don't even think you have to prepare for it. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't played too much of the format, but I haven't ran into any. And then 3 Evenly. This card's insane. This is like the only side deck card I actually drew. I drew Ash a few times, but this card was wild. That is the profile, though. I mean, pretty standard stuff. My matchups, we only had 3 rounds because no one wanted to play. Very few people wanted to play the 4th round. And 1st and 2nd just decided to split, so there was no point. But my 1st round, I played Trap Tricks. Played against Trap Tricks. Pretty easy matchup. They can't really do too much about any of your Runick cards, so you just Flashing Fire and Runick Destruction their cards and they just lose. 2nd round was against Ignite. So it was a Fire Warrior deck, and it was actually super interesting. But it's also a Pendulum deck, so they either have to go first and FTK you, or they lose. And I won the dice roll, so that was pretty much game from there. And then my round 3 was Plunder Patrol Adventure, and he honestly just had unfortunate draws. Wasn't drawing Engine, but I think that deck's actually pretty solid, so it could be kind of scary. But that is the profile. Standard stuff, like I said at the beginning, but it works. As far as changes go, definitely going to switch up the side deck because none of these cards were that great. I want to throw in Dark Rulers somewhere. As far as the extra deck, I'll probably throw in another Hugin. But I don't know what I'm going to take out. Maybe a Bagooska. I don't think Bagooska is really needed. And then for the main deck, I think the Runick count was fine. Maybe I'll change up the non-engine. I'll probably take out Keldo, replace it with something. I just don't know what yet. But yeah, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed.